If you love entertainment, current events, and Hollywood, don't miss Creator to Creators, hosted by the filmmaker Meosha, known for the Shudder hit documentary Horror Noir and the acclaimed film Anatomy of an Anti-Hero, Redemption. This show features interviews with filmmakers and creatives from around the globe. Join the fun with guest celebrities and gain valuable insights. Subscribe now and follow Creator to Creators.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Creators to Creators Today we have a special guest.
It's Alex Petkovski AKA FJØRA. But sometimes people call me Hey You as well, and I will respond every time.
I love it. I love it.
That was mine.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Plot twist.
They are hiding something.
Do you have someone who can vouch for your whereabouts at the time of the incident?
What are you, the alibi police? That's literally
exactly
who he
who I
is.
am.
I love going back to the beginning. I always say the beginning charts our trajectory in life, our little habits we pick up along the way, follow us into our adulthood. Tell me a little bit about your childhood, and kind of how did you find your way into doing the things that you're doing now?
Yeah, I mean, my childhood was, I was very, from a young age, kind of deeply immersed in the music orbit, if you will. I went through the gamut of classical music, nerd alert, piano. It was like the weird introverted kid with the mushroom haircut. That was me. And so, yeah, I mean, from I want to say like 3 years old, it was kind of like started learning talking, and then also music, like the seeds of music were planted. And then, yeah, I grew up in a very musical household with a music home studio. My dad's retired now, but he was a music producer and jazz musician. And then, yeah, I just kind of couldn't get enough. And the schooling and stuff, Royal Conservatory of Music. And then I got my, God, I won't even bore you with the litany. It's like Bachelor of Music, Master of Music. It's like, oh my God, we get it, Jesus. But yeah, and then I did a smattering of I was touring in my early 20s in a band and did like more pop music.
Wow.
So I feel like that sort of also really, especially in terms of shaping FJØRA, my artist project, it was kind of a really finite balance between the two, pop and then classical. So there you go.
Nice. I love that. Wow, incredible. You're obviously a go-getter because I mean, that's incredible to do all the things that you've done. And I mean, you're still very, very young, so it's like, holy crap, it's
I
awesome.
don't know. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. For people who may not know like your work entirely, or who, Alex versus, I love, is it Fiora? Is
Yeah.
that, I love that. Are they different creative identities or two sides of the same artist?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So I think for me, there's definitely the Venn diagram effect that occurs between both. So you do get
Mhm.
like an overlap. I think it's really the ways that my brain works because I'm very melody driven. I'm always humming that kind of motif from the
Yeah.
offset, and that kind of informs, that's the compass moving forward when I'm like crafting a cue and or song. So there's certainly overlap between those mediums, but with FJØRA, I so the sound is cinematronic. I coined a
Mm.
genre because I'm that a-hole who did that. So cinematronic, cinematic, electronic. So yeah, I kind of create in that sphere, that sandbox for FJØRA. And I'm always singing. There's always lyrics for FJÖRA. So it's songs. It's really songs. That kind of output from my artist project. And then Alex, Alexandra Petkovski, that's kind of the composer identifier. So
Yeah.
regardless if there's songs present or not, I'm scoring two features right now, and so it's really scored heavy. The FJØRA, there may be FJØRA influence, but it is under the moniker of Alex, me, because, there's not really much lyrical components.
Right, right. Amazing. Amazing. And congratulations on, You're Killing Me.
Yeah.
And that was your first what was your first reaction to, I guess, learning that you were scoring on a network television series executive produced by Brooke Shields? That is pretty freaking
Yeah.
awesome. I love the trailer, by the
Yeah.
way, too. It's super cool.
Thank you. Yeah, you know what? It was, yeah, I mean, it was amazing. It was like, what? It's killing me. This is crazy. Yeah, I think for me, this was my first network series, scoring it. And then I also, bonus round, got to craft, custom songs like needle drop moments and end credit
Nice.
songs. And so, yeah, for me, like, I think the feeling was there was levity, brevity, and just this like utmost respect for everybody involved. Obviously, at the helm, Brooke Shields, also the showrunner, Robin Bernheimburger, and yeah, just gratitude. Lots of
I love
platitudes of
that.
gratitude. What can I say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Um, I mean, it's so good. I was like, wow, and I love it when a woman is doing that, you know. Not saying we hate men, but I'm all for like, women doing the
Yeah,
thing out here.
yeah,
Um,
100. Oh yeah.
um, what was the very first musical idea that unlocked the sound
Hmm.
of You're Killing Me?
Yeah. So honestly, it was the what I call the light bulb theme, and it is actually the main title. It became the main title theme, which is really fun and awesome because it was sort of one of the, I'd say, major threads that weaves throughout the fabric of the score as it unfolds over the series.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would say it's the light bulb theme. It's really when the two main characters, Ali and Andy, aka Brooke and Amalia, solve and start connecting dots together, the different kind of murder mystery components. So yeah, very apropos. It became the main title theme, and I think it's just because it was the first melody that really like felt unified. It felt embedded for what the score components would be. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. You blended the score with original songs as well. What inspired you to build, I guess, one musical universe instead of treating them as a separate piece or pieces?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. From the get-go, it was intention, like being intentional,
Yeah.
with where song moments might occur and having that be at the back of the brain, so to speak. And I
Mhm.
think part of the cohesion, for You're Killing Me especially, was the presence of certain vocal ebbing and flowing of motifs, and like themes that, hopefully the audience recognizes over the course of time. And then also it's gonna sound kind of like bonkers a little bit, like a little odd, but I sampled like for percussion, I sampled like seashells
Oh, cool.
and like seagulls, as a part of certain tones, I guess, for lack of a better word, like the ambient tones in themes, and actually would have them present between the score and songs. So
Wow.
I felt that kind of, yeah, really helped unify, yeah, both sides of that equation.
Wow. That's like
Yeah.
a I always say, I don't think everybody can do that. There are composers and there's like, yourself, people that can just kind of like I always wonder where does that come from? Those ideas of like, yeah, she so
Yeah,
like
I
it's
don't
just like a
know.
God, it's like
Yeah.
something from heaven just
Yeah, you know what? I call it the Damon Genesis. Like they bestow with their gifts
yeah.
upon me. I'm like, I receive. I'm merely a vessel.
I love
So
it.
yeah, I honestly I think for me it was like, well, I'm a little bit dorky about this stuff, to be honest. I like to look at like what's the landscape and or setting that the story is actually literally taking place in. And so this is a coastal maritime story. So it's set, it's like New England, right? So we have coastal elements, and
Yeah.
how can I bring those to life, across the gamut in the score and the songs. So yeah, I don't know. It's like the
It's
4
awesome.
a.m. moments,
Right.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, this would be a really cool thing to try. Yeah, totally.
I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, what was your collaboration like with showrunner? And how was that important, or how important was it to creative trust between, right, composer
Yeah.
and director? Because I think
Oh,
that you guys got to be like in
yeah.
sync, right, to just, to that
Yes.
flow or
Yeah.
whatever.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was very much, I think, in the beginning of any working relationship in general, it's, at least from my perspective, it's trying to see where, where's the common language. So I think that, because I could never say, oh, this is the specific shot in the cinematography sense, or like this is the ratio that, I maybe I can say like the wide shot or
Right.
whatever. So I think the technical minutia, sometimes getting caught up in that, can negate getting to the actual creative dialogue itself. And so I think for me, it was really like, what are the emotional tones, the character-driven sort of outlines, and once we get those letters and those building blocks, I think it really helps inform the collaborative process. And so that's kind of what we did. And I like to also say at the beginning of, you know, any working relationship and collaboration in general, like I'm super open to, in fact, I kind of insist a little bit on the collaborative process, like telling the story. I care about what everyone's thoughts are and feedback. That's so useful and important that I can do like the best job I can do to serve the story. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
I
So,
love that. I love that. And it's incredible, the work that you're doing. Is there one cue in You're Killing Me that you're especially like proud of because it's perfectly captures what the story needed at all?
yeah, I mean, so what's funny is that, so I mean, like all the, like there's Ali, Brooke Shields' character has a theme, and Amalia's character has a theme, and there's definitely pepperings of certain motifs. I think
Nice.
for me, yeah, I one particular kind of cool moment was I think it's the wedding. And all the episodes are out now too. So it's like there's not
Nice.
really, I mean, spoilers are not, but there's a wedding episode, and um so to break it down, they solve basically the mystery of like someone was murdered, and they've put it together, and now they're running to go tell, Jack, like the detective, and the rest of the town, like what they've discovered and found out. And so I actually was really kind of excited by this. I got to take the light bulb theme, and then essentially it really speeds up, like quite dramatically against the pick to
Hmm.
match, to like literally match the physicality of the moment. And it's like splitting the difference between supporting the picture, but also making it a big music moment. And so, yeah, I was really happy that everyone on the team was like game for this
That's
in general,
awesome.
because you never know, right? Like you try something, it might not work, but everyone was groovy with it, which is great. So yeah, that actually, and it felt like, whoa, this is like the music can really shine through because they go running in this scene. So the music is swelling and surging, and it's increasing, and it's just like a real character at that moment.
Awesome.
So yeah, that felt kind of cool.
I love that. I love that. I have a fun question. I promise you there's no wrong answer. The three levels of influence: money, power,
Oh,
and respect. If you could
oh,
choose only one of those things, which one would you choose and why?
I mean, I gotta go with respect. What if I'm like money? Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, I
no
know.
judgments here.
Dollar bills, y'all. Yeah, no. Definitely respect. The why? Well, here's the thing. So what I find is that actually in life, at least my life, money and power, like all of those things are the tangible things, right? That we measure based off of either we're literally looking in the bank account and or the concept of power, and that means someone else doesn't have the power, right? In that equation, you're already inferring that somebody else either you've taken power from them or they're lacking power. I actually believe that respect, you have these things come to you as a result of respect anyway. But at
Yeah.
respect, at the end of the day, that's like you can look in the mirror and be cogent and happy and satiated by what's looking back at you. For me, respect, yeah, is king because I feel like this extends beyond, I won't get super philosophical, don't worry, but
I love
this
it. I love it.
extends like beyond the scope of a job too, right? Like I love making music, but that's my job as well.
Right.
So yeah, respect kind of is it's far beyond just a profession, just like in life. Conceptually, I think that's a pillar. So yeah, I got to go with respect, but
Love
I
it.
wanted to I wanted to make the joke about the money thing. So
No, I love I love it. I love it. I say there's no wrong. It's whatever you feel
great,
is best. It's
perfect.
a safe space, I promise. No, but great answer. Great answer. I love that. I love that for sure. Um, Before this project, you worked alongside Linda Perry. What was one lesson from working with her that still influences you today?
Wow, yeah, she's oh man, she's a ball buster. She's amazing. Yeah, one lesson. Well, honestly, it was trust my gut, like my gut instinct. Yeah, I've like been learning and continue to learn, hopefully, the art and really commodity of confidence. Like confidence
Yeah.
is a commodity these days. And so, but I really didn't start off this way at all. And I still, a lot of the time, nerd alert, spoiler alert, I really feel like I'm a dorko who doesn't really like I'm not I usually don't feel like, oh yeah, I'm super like confident about this. I have ideas, but it's always the confidence was always informed by external factors versus internal. So I think, yeah, Linda, the one of the biggest lessons for me was the intrinsic trust of self and as it relates to confidence. And hey, that actually really has afforded me the ability to be able to enter different opportunity spaces in general. So yeah, gotta say that.
I love that. That's beautiful. I love I think that's a what that's something I'm learning too right now is to trust that instinct. I think that's like that gut feeling is always right. I don't know. I used to question it a lot. I'm like, am I crazy? But the
Mhm.
more I lean into it, I totally understand what you mean. It's like it doesn't
Yeah.
steer me wrong. So yeah, absolutely. Do you feel like also in this business that we're in, the, entertainment business, whether it's music, composing, director, filmmaker, is it important to have a mentor?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm everyone, it's case by case, everyone's different, but I really do think and feel on my journey, mentorship has been paramount. I've been very fortunate to, from shadowing to collaborating with mentors that have, been on the path alongside me. And I mean, honestly, any questions I kind of sometimes feel this is really inane or like this is a ridiculous question. I have mentors that are there in the wings that I will run questions by. And what's kind of beautiful about mentorship is that there's a certain threshold one hits where mentor on the pedestal of peer mentor suddenly becomes peer and becomes yeah, confidant and friend. And I think that's a really, especially in this industry, that can feel supremely isolating. It's a
Yeah.
gift. Hmm.
Absolutely. I had a mentor and then I don't know. I think
Yeah.
at one point, I don't know, is it possible to I don't know if it's a thing, can you outgrow a mentor or someone maybe at the level that you're at that
Yeah.
moment you need it for that person? So I like we
Yeah.
said you have multiple mentors, which is I think is
Yeah.
important.
Yes. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think maybe, well, outgrow, I think maybe has this sort of, yeah, infers that it means that they're, like you don't need them anymore, right?
Right,
And
right.
so I think maybe it's almost like collecting the gifts that people decide to share with you. And
Mm,
so your gift basket just keeps filling, more and more and increases. It's not that you discard and throw away the gifts that were given to you, years past. It's just that they are now, they're actually helping you even be more plentiful in the same basket, in the same gift basket. So I don't know,
yeah.
like clearly I like analogies too, right? Like, okay, yeah.
I
But
love
I
that.
think, yeah, I think it's like adding, it's always adding to the gifts that people, if what they choose to share with you. And that's the way I try and approach it.
That's beautiful. I love that. Have you ever written a piece of music that completely changed how a scene felt once it was added?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's amazing how music can really, I'm biased, obviously, but I really believe that music can make or break a scene, completely derail a scene, change the emotional navigation of the scene. And so, yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm working on a project right now that the scene is an intense scene and it's climactic, emotionally for one of the characters. But then it's amazing by actually accompanying it with a music direction that maybe wasn't so obvious. And then
Hmm.
suddenly other emotional palettes and tones are highlighted that maybe as an audience you would necessarily have thought are there initially. So I think that's what's kind of special is that it will pick up and highlight things you didn't know were there before.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you deal with, or have you ever had those moments? And I'm curious, how do you deal with those moments of uncertainty when you're not sure about something, but you
Mhm.
still do it anyway?
It's mostly screaming into the void and just like, hoping for the best. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think honestly, it's the mentality of, because sometimes, yeah, it do be like that, where, yeah, there's the self-doubt. You're not, uncertainty is very ever prevalent. And sometimes the creative well feels like it's runneth dry, And in
Yeah.
those moments, it's like treating it like I was gonna say like a 9 to 5, but this job, who am I
Mm.
kidding? This is like a 24-hour wackadoodle thing. But it is showing up. It's showing up. So even if you're uncertain and you're like, I don't know if this is gonna work, but
Yeah.
you have to honor the craft and honor yourself. And that means showing up for yourself. You have to do something. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I commend you, it's a job, it's a different type of job, but like you gotta love it and clearly you do.
I do. I'm cray cray. Yeah. Oh my God. Only a masochist would love this. No, I'm kidding. I do. I love
Right,
it.
right, kids, this is what you had, this is what it is all.
Oh my God. I know. I know.
Oh, just kidding. I love it. I love it. Film scoring often goes unnoticed because audience feel more than they hear it, right?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy being the invisible storyteller?
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yes. I really so it's interesting too, right? Because I have this whole performance like I have a performance background. I toured with Prozac a couple weeks ago and in the fall we opened for Black
Nice.
Eyed Peas. Like I have this
All
whole
right.
performance kind of yeah, it was awesome. I was like, yeah, Will I am so great. Like I enjoy performing. I think it's super fun. It's a specific outlet and channel. And what's really kind of amazing and cool is when you're behind the scenes, you are completely reliant on only the sound, only the output, right? And
Mhm,
so this
mhm,
sounds a little silly, but like in a live performance setting, there are other elements at play that kind of all feed into the performance itself.
mhm.
And so what's really, it really makes me go. okay, I'm going to put myself in the shoes of this character because right now I cannot emote, obviously, facially, what I'm trying to get across. It is completely contingent on what the ear is going to hear. And so that's the driver, like in the
Yeah,
front seat. And
I love that.
it's really yeah, it um kind of informs also the troubleshooting of the gig, the problem solving of the gig. And those are also the moments where I really feel like, oh man, like okay, because you have highs and lows in in any job environment. But
Yes.
when you're behind the scenes and you finally put the puzzle pieces together, you clicks, you figure out the way, man, that feels so good. So, yeah, I really
I
enjoy
love
it.
that. That's great. Um, Gotta ask this question because it's a topic that I think will never go away. But I'm curious from your perspective. Technology and AI are changing the music industry rapidly. How do you think composers can continue to create work that feels deeply human?
Yeah.
And I mean, you have AI that you're running against now. It's something.
Yeah. 100. Oh, for sure. Well, yeah, I think at the rate of AI, at the rapid acceleration of AI, I think that composers will, I think I have to learn to work in tandem with
Mm,
AI. And so, what that looks like is ensuring that creative conversation is always one of the cornerstones of the process with directors, with showrunners, with the producer. I think that AI is capable of, it's all iterative, right? It's things that
hmm
are already existent, and that's what it's giving out. Hey, I mean, I use chat to ask directions because I'm directionally challenged, you know? So it's like, and it can be really, it's like, wow, great. I think that human consciousness cannot be replaced by the
Mm.
machine. And so I think like one way to really ensure that composers are as valued as ever before is the creative conversation, you know,
Mm.
making sure because and if you can do it some in-person conversations or like this, like even like face to face in a, you know, whatever medium that you're able to, I think
Yeah,
that really helps because it lends that humanity to the process. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Screw AI. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We love it. But it is that. In all seriousness, it is that. It is like trying to, it's here, like you said, it's here.
Yeah.
And, I was just talking to someone about that, of just like how we have to just kind of figure out how to use it to our advantage as well, so that
Absolutely.
it can
Oh,
enhance our business for
yeah.
sure.
Admin, I
Um,
think admin models, like housekeeping things, it's almost
yeah.
like the equivalent of like what the mundane jobs that an assistant would have to do for like the CEO, like dry cleaning and like, you know, getting their car washed. So all of those equivalent tasks, I think, if AI can do that stuff to help just the creative process be for the creatives, that's great.
Definitely, definitely. What advice would you give to the independent filmmaker or composer who, doesn't have a budget for a large orchestra, but still wants cinematic score?
Yeah, I think that, well, I mean, hey, there's a lot of in the box sort of sample sound libraries that are widely available to composers. I think the key, though, my advice with that is find, so I think that finding a composer who can use very little and the output informs the emotional arc and helps tell the story that the storyteller themselves wants to tell. I think starting at that place versus, hey, like I know this is the certain instrumentation and arrangement that I want. Instead of focusing on the technical parameters of that, I think again
Mhm.
it's about what's the emotion and starting at that place because honestly sometimes limitations force one to be as creative as they can be. You know, I heard this like quote that I really liked that stayed with me, and it's When a runner wins a marathon and they did it, they cross the finish line, and the journalist comes up to them, the journalist doesn't say, "Are you wearing Nikes?" Like the journalist is like, "Wow, like you, the runner, did this." And so it's not really about the gear. It's not really about
Mhm.
like the specific instrumentation. I mean, I think if you get the ability to work with an orchestra, that's phenomenal. You know, if you have 60 thou to devote to that, that's great.
Yeah,
However, I really think it's about the creative. So whatever they have in their arsenal to create that emotional arc, I think is king.
I love that. Great advice. Great advice. Ah, this was really fun talking to you.
Thank you
Um,
for having me. Yeah.
absolutely. Where can people find you on social media to find everything, to watch
Yeah.
everything you got?
Yeah, just scream it from the rooftops and I shall come. Yeah, I'm on, the socials like Instagram. Alexandra Petkovski is my Instagram handle, or FJØRA, FJORA music. I'm on Facebook. I mean, I have my website. I think I have a Wikipedia page, but oh my gosh, that's
Nice.
so obnoxious, right? Yeah, that's super obnoxious.
You're hilarious. You ever done comedy? You should totally do it. Like, oh my God.
Oh,
Like, let me know. I'm coming
hey,
to the show.
oh,
I'm coming.
great. Thank you. Wow. Tell my mom. That's awesome. Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Um, thank you so much for coming on. It was a
Yeah,
pleasure. I
my
really enjoyed this.
pleasure. Oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And thanks for all like I loved the questions, like very thoughtful. Yeah.
Thank you. And
Yeah.
thank you all for listening. And always remember to live, love, laugh. We'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.